Hey, what's going on, people? My name is Alex Mack. I am one half of the A.nA podcast. Alex Hood isn't with us right now, and that is because I'm doing just a quick, short little reaction about some video games. And Hood's not really into video games like that. He wouldn't mind, chilling on this one, sitting this one out. We are doing the 20 worst heroes in a video game. Let's go.
You can call me Dante the Demon Killer. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 worst heroes in video games.
Oh well, I'll give it a try anyway.
What
For
is he
this
doing
list,
to that frog?
we're taking a look at the video game heroes that weren't so honorable, be it for their cringy demeanor, rude behavior, or general unlikability. Which of these heroes was downright
was in a video game?
unbearable for you? Share your frustration with us in the comments below. Number 20, Ethan Mars,
Yeah.
Heavy Rain.
It says on the box to take one every 24 hours. I don't think it's a good idea to exceed the dose.
I can't afford to wait.
As the hero of a story centered
Yeah, I definitely hated playing as this guy. Like, he seems so, I don't know, annoying. He's just annoying to play as. And I think mostly it has to do with the this. I hope they put this in here too. Like very early in the game. Okay, so in the game, like he loses his son in a shopping mall or some kind of like store or something like that, and he has to go around like screaming his son's name, trying to find him or whatever, and it's laughable. It's totally laughable. I hope they put that in here.
on a gritty murder mystery, one would expect a character like Ethan Mars to be at the top of his game. Most protagonists have some level of agency in their own lives and are smart enough to keep track of things. Ethan manages to lose his kid in a not-too-busy mall, thus resulting in his son's death. On top of that, he somehow manages to set his supposed grief aside to sleep with Madison. Is he really that traumatized, or was he just looking for an excuse to divorce Grace?
Please, just help me to my room. It's number 207.
Number 19, Kame Argonar, Lost Odyssey.
The flowers. They brought us together.
Never played this.
Now, we understand why Kame is kind of a mess of emotions. He's someone who has somehow become totally desensitized to conflict and death. Does this explanation make him a good hero? Not at all. Just because you have an explanation for why a character is such an edgelord, it does not make them any more compelling. His design, on the other hand, is just plain dumb. My dude, are you wearing a suit of leather armor that's a few sizes too small for you? How do you expect any of this to protect you?
I've been waiting for you.
Number 18, A.n.A series.
Let's try that again.
I remember playing this.
Sure,
think-
A.n.A may have his fans.
I think I
A
had
whole
this.
generation of young gamers grew up playing the series on PS4 and developed an attachment to the humanoid bundle of relics. But that
Really?
does not make his existence any less appalling. For starters, the game tries to sell us on the alleged fact that A.n.A can do anything, and yet all we see him do is punch, kick, block, dodge, jump, all the basic video game hero stuff. Sure, he can alter his size too, but that isn't enough to impress anyone. Plus, who else talks in hokey generic action movie dialogue like that?
It talks.
We fought our way across the whole ship. The key's got to be close now.
Number 17, Alex Mercer, Prototype.
I knew we were connected. Victims of a common enemy, subjects of a common experiment, and I didn't know.
Unlike with A.n.A, we can understand why some folks might gravitate towards Alex Mercer. The guy's an outcast with few to no allies in the world, labeled a freak and a menace to society. Some of us who went through rough times in high school get that. But that was high school. At some point, the angst gets annoying and comes off more obnoxious than the attitudes of the other heroes on this list. That said, Alex is very much a product of his time. The powers are cool, yes, but even so, he has...
Why gotta be named Alex though? Like, really, of all the names. Yeah.
Become a relic from another era of gaming.
I looked for the truth. Found it. Didn't like it. Wish the hell I could forget it.
Number 16.
Oh, that is some
Wario.
edgelord, like,
Wario Land series and
commentary
WarioWare
there.
series. Hold your horses before you go storming
I like
Castle
Wario.
Mojo. We're not saying Wario is bad the same way we've said some of these other heroes are bad. Wario is bad in the sense of his overall character. Bad as in evil, a crook, a bully to everyone and everything. Our famously infamous anti-Mario has spent decades going after only what appeals to him: money and fame. Regardless if you're playing the Wario Land series or WarioWare games, the Garlic Muncher could care less about anyone, including the folks who helped make his crummy game studio a semi-success. With that amount of greed and rudeness, isn't it fair to call him an awful hero? Number 15, Chloe Price.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Wario. I think it's mostly to do with the WarioWare games, though, and he always just seems like a like just a nuisance. Like he's destined to lose, like at the end. Like no matter what conniving scheme or whatever he come up with. I don't know. I kind of like him.
Life is strange before the storm.
I bet Long Mac Silver traded her hat for beer and booty long ago. How do I want to express my teenage angst today?
Chloe was already frustrating to deal with
Never
in the
played these
first
games.
Life is Strange, on
They weren't
account
made
of
for
how
me.
she seemed to always be within death's reach. But before she was getting stuck on railroad tracks and being an angsty teenager, she was arguably a worse character. Throughout Before the Storm, Chloe's only personality trait seems to be anger and rebellion. And when she isn't obsessing over Rachel Amber, she's excusing her bad behavior under the phrase, "my attitude is what makes me special." Sure. We'll remember that next time you're in the face of danger.
There's this dildo with a mustache who's been dating my mom, and now he thinks he's moving in with us.
Number 14, Parappa. Parappa the Rapper
Parappa.
series.
Gotta believe.
Hey, I mean, what?
It's
Y'all gonna hate on
okay
Parappa?
to like Parappa. We aren't saying the game is bad or the character is problematic. However, you gotta see where the hip-hop hero is going about his problems in the wrong ways. When it comes to winning over his crush, Sunny Funny, Parappa never does it with the intention of genuinely impressing her. He's mostly doing it because he sees the arrogant Joe Chin do something similar. At some point, you gotta wonder when his gestures towards Sunny are done out of love and passion for her, or spite and pettiness towards Joe Chin. Look, man, we don't like Joe Chin either.
The hell are they talking about? What are they talking about? I think he's like, what, 17 or something? He's like I believe he's like a young high school kid or whatever. It's been a minute since I played Parappa. This instantly makes me want to play this game again. I wonder if it's on the network somewhere, on the PlayStation Network somewhere. But yeah, what are they talking about? they lose me with this one.
But you gotta set
How do you
your
hate Parappa?
priorities.
Make us a cake that you've never seen before.
Heat up the oven, now we're on a roll.
Heat up the oven, now we on roll.
Number 13, King Knight, Shovel Knight, King of Cards. Shovel Knight served as a beacon of hope in restoring the land. Plague Knight sought after the ultimate potion and finding his true love. Spectre Knight went on a path of vengeance and melancholy. King Knight? The boy wants cards, and he wants them all! Compared to the other knights, though, King Knight is just outright disrespectful to everyone around.
So there's other Shovel Knights? I thought it was just that one Shovel Knight dude. I've never played this either. But so this is all news to me.
We get it. Being spoiled and pampered and thinking he's above everyone is his shtick. It's what makes him funny. But like Wario, it's what makes it so much more satisfying to watch him get his comeuppance.
Is he the villain or the hero?
Number 12, Lester. Lester the Unlikely. Imagine the most heroic, most noble,
What
most
in the
courageous
world is
hero
this?
to ever exist in the history of storytelling. Now, take away all those traits and put their opposites into said hero. You get Lester the Unlikely. Lester is one of those heroes that will actively fight against the player, running away from even the smallest of enemies to go cower in a corner. Sure, his demeanor might make you chuckle a few times, but if you're wanting to speedrun or simply beat the game, prepare for maximum frustration.
What was this on?
Number 11, Aiden Pierce, Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Lena Pierce.
We'll admit that Aiden Pierce might have been placed too high on our original top 10 list. We understand that some didn't find Aiden as terrible as we did. Even so, Aiden's only claim to fame is his total lack of empathy. He'll hack almost anyone he doesn't like and lay waste to dozens just to prove a point and stop all these corrupt corporations. Marcus at least had some fun with his somewhat criminal ways thanks to his quips and personality. Aiden, though, heaven forbid we have any joy in our chaos.
Just a miserable
I'm so
bastard.
sorry.
Yeah.
Wait for me.
Number 10, Neku.
Yeah, and the thing is, like that, I played through half of the first game, and I just, I hit a wall. It was just like, okay, I can't do this no more. But it started out with like his nephew or something. Like, I remember it started out with like something was going on with his nephew. He had to protect his nephew, and that's kind of what I guess drove him over the edge. But then it was just like, yeah, it was just nothing. Like, it was just nothing. Like, you're just a blank slate that you just play the game with, and he just come up with these like man on the edge kind of like dialogue and stuff in cutscenes and whatnot. It was just boring. He was really one note, like that. I think that's how you explain Watch Dogs 1. It's just very one note. Cool mechanic, pretty cool mechanic, but completely one note through the whole game. Watch Dogs 2, however, love it. Absolutely love it. One of my favorite games. One of the best games to come out, like in the past generation, So.
World ends with
I
you.
can stand Watch Dogs 1.
Unlike most of the heroes on this list, Neku is absolutely a hero we can say has an awesome design. Might be too cliche in the Square Enix fashion line, but for what it is, it's kinda sick. So why are we calling Neku a terrible hero? Well, he's not exactly likable early on in the game. For no reason whatsoever, he acts incredibly hostile towards other characters like our darling Shiki. Like, bro, what crawled up your pants and died? Credit where it's due, he does get more likable as game progresses. But man, his intro almost made us put the game down. Number 9, Desmond Miles, Assassin's Creed series.
Hey, what's the matter you out there?
That's racist.
You're racist.
Really? This is what you guys are doing.
Some might argue that Connor is the worst of the Assassin's Creed protagonists, although we'd argue that Desmond Miles is far, far worse. That isn't to say Nolan North didn't do a good job in his performance. We have yet to see a bad act from him. But Desmond as a character is exceptionally weak. His cynicism often crosses the line that paints him to be more of a jackass, making it hard for anyone to tolerate him, let alone like him. We're glad his answer.
It's not, I don't think it's the character or anything that had to do with Desmond. The reason everyone hates Desmond is because you're playing as Altair and you're having a really good time, and then the game stops and you got to walk around with this douchebag. You know what I mean? And it's just like, no, I don't. Can you take this out the game? We want more Altair and the assassins and the diving off of like towers and stuff like that. Because you're doing that and you're into it, and then the game just stops, and then you got to walk around with Desmond. Oh, my bad. Like I get it as far as the story goes, because like you needed to progress the story. But at the same time, it's just like, no, man, put me back in. Put me back into the VR system or whatever. All right, hold on. Let me fix my light.
Ancestors Altair and Ezio were able to turn his attitude around. But damn, dude, it was really hard to like Desmond.
He's right. We need to be a hive mind, people.
Number 8, Jonesy, Fortnite. Over the last several years that Fortnite has been around, we've seen an extensive selection of character cosmetics debut, many of which have become fan-favorite characters like Bushranger and Mancake. So, we gotta wonder why Jonesy was chosen to be the central character to the Battle Royale mode story. There is absolutely nothing interesting about this character. Not visually, not narratively, not even in personality. He is such a blank canvas that he comes off more like an excuse to explain why Superman is using Uzis against Master Chief while fishing near the Daily Bugle. Really? This guy is the leader of the pack.
Figure it out, he said. Oh, got it.
We all know why. We all know why. He's a white guy. Like, why are they trying to act like they don't know? They're trying to rationalize why. He's a white guy. Like, all these companies think like they gotta reach the mass audience, and the mass audience is what, 14 to 35-year-old white kids.
Number 7, Reboot Dante, DMC, Devil May Cry.
You wanna fight? Let's go.
We understand that the 2013 reboot for Devil May Cry is not an awful game. It still retains much of what we like about the rest of the franchise. That fast-paced, energetic combat. What killed it for us was just how stupid Dante looked the entire time. Goodbye, leather pants and edgelord attire, and hello, jeans and white tank top. Honestly, he looks like a Twilight character getting his own video game spin-off. And the sheer disrespect towards the OG Dante made us all the more enraged. Thank God we were able to get a real Devil May Cry game in 2019, complete with moppy white hair.
You can call me Dante the Demon Killer. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Number 6, Beck, Mighty Number 9.
Yes, sir.
Beck just... What's going on with Beck here, huh? This robot is a total visual mess, plain and simple. Given that he was supposed to be a spiritual successor to Mega Man, one would expect a design that was equally simplistic yet recognizable. Alas, he's been over-designed. As a character, he's much worse. There are plenty of times where he comes off as a goody two-shoes in the worst way possible, and he's constantly teetering between determined and being nervous about his goals. It's always a guessing game with Beck, and it adds to the reason why so many resent Mighty Number 9 in general.
And make the bad guys cry like an anime fan
totally
on prom night.
Number 5, Jake Conway, Ride to Hell, Retribution.
Why? Why? Why are we putting this on any list? Why? Oh my, this is one of the this goes in the category of so horrible it's kind of worth playing just to experience it. Yeah, why is this on the list? Yeah, the hero is horrible because the entire damn game is horrible. Like, for real.
Yeah, remember Ride to Hell Retribution? What a mess of a game! As if the technical problems couldn't make the experience even more miserable, Jake manages to bring them down further by being the most unbearable character in the game. Tell us, what other characters are such bad shots that they can't take down dudes with a single bullet? How many characters get down and dirty with love interests while still keeping their jeans on? We're starting to think there's a reason why so many rival gangs are after Jake and his family. Number 4. Gingerbread Man. Gingerbread Man.
What is this? This is from 07.
Ninjas are supposed to be cool, stealthy assassins with an
Like it's from
arsenal of
97.
tools to help them take down their prey. Though a gingerbread man ninja is an awesome idea, it crumbles faster than a cookie dunked in milk. Gingerbread Man is completely incompetent when it comes to combat, using only basic sword strikes and giving the enemy ample time to counterattack. Add this to his mundane design, he possesses no powers or tools that a ninja would normally carry. No smoke bombs, no hard candy shurikens, nothing! Just his dainty sword and abysmal fighting skills.
Again, what the hell are they talking about? Like, this gingerbread ninja guy. What? Yeah, okay. They reach sometimes with these. They reach too far.
Number 3. Drake. Drake of the 99 Dragons.
Why? Why are we putting this on?
To me, life is all about death.
Speaking of abysmal fighting skills,
The worst thing about Drake is the damn controls. I can never get into his character because I couldn't play the damn game. The controls were just atrocious. And I knew that going in, but it was like Ride to Hell or Retribution. It was one of those so horrible you had to play it to experience it type of games. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend it even off of that.
Dredge up the corpse known as Drake of the 99 Dragons. Our titular protagonist is a genuinely unlikable one throughout the entire adventure. Shirtless with black pants and dual-wielding guns? How incredibly captivating! Not. Drake absolutely refuses to use anything that isn't a gun, giving him no defense outside of ranged attacks. And this all goes without mentioning some of the absolutely stupid things he'll utter throughout the game. Who would have guessed that they thought Drake was an enthralling enough hero to potentially launch a comic book line and TV series?
You can run,
Damn, he's still on me! Hey, open up!
but you can't hide.
Number 2. Big the Cat, Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Aw, you leave Big alone, man.
This damn cat has been the bane of our existence since his debut in the first
Leave
Sonic
Biggs
adventure.
alone,
now,
man.
in our original list, we slapped him right at the top.
It's not his fault, man. It was just designed horribly. It seemed like they just made some random character and just put him in the game just because. It's not Big's fault, man. It's Sega's fault. It's the design's fault. It's a Sonic game. Why would you put a big fat, like, a country cat in a Sonic game? What sense do that make? What are we gonna do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? It's not Big's fault, man. Stop, leave him alone.
A bit hasty on our end,
Leave
we'll admit,
Biggs
especially
alone,
when
man.
compared to our new top pick. Thankfully, Big hasn't been cropping up as often over the years, making his bumbling existence a little less infuriating.
Look at this.
Still, all those fishing levels from back in the day have traumatized us and made us resent a portion of a Dreamcast classic. We don't mind him today, but back then, he made himself public enemy number 1.
Oh well, I'll give it a try anyway.
Number 1. Bubsy the Bobcat.
Bubsy.
Bubsy series. In our original list, Bubsy had only received the silver medal for worst video game hero. What changed our mind? Well, the stupid feline thought he could make a comeback in the modern age with some new games. Nope! Even in the late 2010s, Bubsy proved to be just as insufferable as he was in the 90s with his senseless chatter, pun-riddled quips, and general uselessness. Bubsy proved to the world that he is someone who cannot be saved. Not by prettier graphics, not by a focused art style, nothing. Rest in pieces, Bubsy, and may we never see you again for as long as we live.
Brutal. Y'all are brutal. That was crazy. Wow, they put Bubsy up there. I'm surprised they didn't have Duke Nukem in there. They didn't have Gex. They didn't put Gex in there. Yeah, I could think of a couple of like the Battletoads. I always hated them dudes. It might have been the game though, but yeah, man, that was fun. That was fun. It's a good track down memory lane. My name is Alex Mack, one half of the A.n.A podcast, and look out for other videos just like this and more coming soon. Thank you for checking me out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.